There's always one that leaves the beacon running. Oh dear, he'll have a flat battery by the morning. Hello and welcome back to Norfolkfords. Today we're at the Doe Show that went on last week. So I'm just going over some of the footage that I captured on the day. And we're going to start off with the very interesting new technology New Holland are really pushing for. We're starting off with the methane-powered T6. So, on their website it says, the New Holland T6 methane-powered tractor is the world's first 100% methane-powered production tractor and is key to CO2 reduction without compromising performance. And I think that opening line sums up what is needed from alternative fuels for any industry, not just agriculture. You need an alternative that is going to reduce your emissions, your CO2, your carbon footprint, and it cannot compromise performance because it's not worth doing if you're going to miss out. But I did speak to one of the chaps on the stand. He was quite knowledgeable about the methane tractor. It was quite good to speak to him. I'm really sorry I didn't get his name, but if I ever see him again I shall say hello. But he said to me, the methane powered tractor has an additional cost on top of the standard T6 because it does all the same things as a T6, power wise, torque wise, exactly the same engine block, but it will cost you about £40,000 more, not including putting in the infrastructure to refuel it. So for our bulb production, I don't think we're going to see a methane powered tractor for a little while. It would be amazing to get involved with the new technology, but we're going to see in the next couple of years how far spread and how much people are uptaking this, are taking it up. Because I do see this as a big new decision in agriculture. This isn't getting the credit it deserves. It's a machine that is operating differently but promising the same, effectively. So, we carry on the website. The T6 methane-powered tractor is the final piece of the jigsaw puzzle to completing the virtuous cycle of energy-independent farm concepts. Now, it goes on to a little graph, which I'll put up on the screen, where effectively this tractor is almost off-grid, because in certain agricultural industries there are people producing biomass as a gas, and that gas being methane, obviously. So this is an off-grid tractor, which sounds a little bit balmy, but that is absolutely what they're sort of showing with this graph. It's self-sustaining, and if you already produce biomass, in theory you've got free fuel, is what they're saying. So yes, I guess it's £40,000 extra, but you're not putting diesel in it. Oh no, it's not as simple as that, but I guess that's the dream that they're pitching. But it's very interesting to see this actually come into a production model, because I remember a couple of years ago on one of the last Llama shows before they moved away from Peterborough, I remember seeing the concept tractor, and I'm looking at a picture of it now, and it looks to me like somebody has shown somebody from the city what a Valtra looks like, and they've got to draw what the tractor was, because it doesn't really look like a tractor. It's yeah, not what I'd call a tractor. It looks more like a drawing of one, but I'm glad that it's come a long way and it's actually in a practical body. And that sort of brings me on to the next interesting thing with the T6 methane. It is only available with the electronic power shift gearbox at the minute because of the methane fuel tanks. Apparently, the IVT gearbox has like a bank of controllers along the side that would normally be taken up by a diesel tank, and they're tucked up sort of in that area. but the nature of how the methane tractor is, the tanks are a lot bigger. They're taking up every nook and cranny that they can to try and get the mileage, the time use out of it, because they can't get as much runtime at the same literage, I guess. It's stored under pressure, which helps, but they have already said that because of the fuel sort of restrictions of that type of fuel and how you can contain it, you are down on your running hours of your tractor. We are cutting down from 12 hours to 8 hours, I believe, which probably wouldn't make a difference for some people, especially if you're in the market for a biomass tractor. You may not be doing the heavier cultivation. I'm not convinced that this will be your main cultivation tractor yet, until we get that further uptake and infrastructure in place for the average consumer who's not producing his own methane. But we shall see. I'm interested to see where it goes. But anyway, back to where I was going. Because of the way the tanks are moulded around the body and underneath the cab, they can't put an IVT gearbox in yet, because they haven't figured out a way of making it work with the tanks. The chap did say to me there is a prototype somewhere. I couldn't remember where he said. But they are working on getting an IVT, because obviously an IVT gearbox is a very popular choice and makes a lot of jobs easier. You know, it is automatic. It's like having an automatic car. You don't go back from an automatic car. Also, an amazingly interesting detail about this tractor, I think, is the exhaust protection material. Apparently, there is only one manufacturer in the world that can make this material. I have no idea what it's called, but apparently it is capable of withstanding the 900 degrees Celsius temperature outputted by the exhaust, which sounds incredibly mad. But apparently the only other place this material that surrounds the exhaust is used is in nuclear reactors. So I have a good feeling that's probably where this extra 40 grand has gone. So it's a bit of a mental guard to have put on, I guess. But it must be very necessary. I was told the first one that was bought was a brewery in Scotland, and all of their malting that's used in the beer, and like their old malting, then goes into biofuel. They're doing that already. So now they're going to power their tractor off of it, which I think that's perfect. That is a prime example of what this tractor is built for at the minute. But I do want to see these enter the industry in other places. I want to see this, you know, in the next village over. I want to see this making some sort of impact because the infrastructure's finally there. Because it can't just be New Holland that's looking at methane. It's got to be other car manufacturers at least, so that the technology is a bit more widespread. But we shall see in the next couple of years. So next up, I'm going to be talking about the new cab on the T7 HD. And I'll be perfectly honest, this is me pressing random buttons like a child and just thinking, this looks fantastic. Because you know what? It looked fantastic. Well then, this is my first look at the new interior. And straight away, that's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. And the only way I can catch that is by steering with my wrist. So that's one of the fears I had gone straight away. Ooh, wires. So this one appears to be keyless start, which seems quite interesting. Let's be a little bit. Oh, bigger screen. Oh, we have. Look at you. How do I turn off the wiper? Stop it. There we go, wiper stopped. Right, everything's locked up. There's a very clear display. These are the changeable switches as well. Shan't play with them too much. The window wiper's still going off for some reason. Big console up here, lovely. No end of room for your extra switches and stuff, because I know there'll be no end of people. Big shout out to Owen, who will want to put light bars galore on it. So, for starters, it sounds really like a headliner. Quite nice, but feels quite hard wearing. Looks very smart. There's a little bit of a corner post display. Not a big fan of corner post. Brake boost pressure. Okay. There's the screen. Let's have a fiddle. See what we can find out. Instrument camera. Does that do anything? Nope. There's your different engine set limiters. It's done 26 hours. Can I select that? Nope. There's your climate control, I guess. Oh, I see. I've got both of them reading that out. That's good. What else have we got? Run 2. Let's have a look. A bit more of my usage and stuff. That's cool. I think that'll be sat-nav coming up. Is this sat-nav? Yep. Oh, and it is a little 3D model. Look at that. That's fun. I don't know if that's Trimble or run its own software. I don't know. Leave that alone. Small linkage controls, yeah. Slip limiter. More stats. And cameras not detected. There's a bit more controls for the satellite. And then the isobus, that's nice. I'll just set you back to 1. So that's quite comfortable, and that's got forward reverse on it as well. What's this here? That's just another control. So there's speed up, speed down as well. It's quite ergonomic. Real nice. One thing I like is, already spotted, there's your up and down raise, there's your up and down raise, there's your up and down raise. Which is good, because I always feel like when you're dropping the hitch, you're always this end in the old ones, but you really want one there. So it's nice that's there. And there's a control as well. A bit more options, and oh, it's got programmables. What else have we got? We've got all the fan volumes. Dial there, I have no idea what they do. It's nice and comfy, this feels quite smart. An actual storage for once. With a USB. That's nice. And it slides forward to cover up. I don't quite know why you've got that uncovered in one position, then covered in the next. That seems to me like that would be a good place to slot your phone until you use your SCVs, and then it's not there. But programmable PTO switch, so that's cool. There's lots of buttons. This is a lot of buttons. Auto steering gauge up there. What else have we got? I do like that. That's a nice big block to slide out for your implements, and it stayed chained on. That's very good use. And it looks like you can unbolt that and get a new one, because you'll probably destroy it eventually. Good view out the back window. vents is nice. The cab does... It's a bit of a strange illusion, which I don't think is going to show up on camera at all. It feels like a bigger cab, because I feel further back, but also there's a lot more space down the back of the seat, so they've definitely, lengthwise, made it feel bigger. But this console here feels massive. It's about the length of my forearm, and it feels massive, but it's not in the way. It's sort of an extension of the bonnet. It's nearly like having the 4610, like the way that sticks out, because I've got my fuel tank inside my dash. But yeah, on a first impression, just a quick little one, it's quite nice. Oh, we've got to have a look at the cool box while we're at it. What is this? Oh, there we go, cool box. And that is a big one. Hallelujah, New Holland. We've actually got some cubby space. Oh, Dad is instantly going to love that as a cubby hole for his sprayer. He loves having pockets in that. Emergency brake. Oh, it beeped at me, didn't like that. Alright, I'll leave it alone. Enough for him to get a bag. There's your pickup hitch. End of connectors as well. No end of lights in here as well. That's quite nicely lit up. There was starting to be a bit of a queue at the bottom of the ladder, so I thought it was best I stopped being so excited over a shiny tractor and went and had a look at some working ones. So we're out on a working day, and I love working days. There's not enough of them that still happen, but these just show off a nice bit of equipment. Interesting to see New Holland ploughs. You know, I didn't know New Holland did their own ploughs, but it seemed like a good bit of kit. It was very nice soil that they were using as well, which gave them a massive benefit, really. Everything cultivated very nicely. But, oh my goodness, the amount of stone in there. Absolutely ridiculous. But never mind. I don't have to go through with a D stone right. So, happy birthday, Mark. I see you in frame there. I'll let you get on with the rest of the video, mostly just ogling at tractors, really. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I did, and I look forward to next year's show. So let's have a look at it. That's got brakes on the back of that, look. It's got its own air tank. That is. You can almost see it rip, can't you? I think that would be a hell of an upgrade for the Massey 30. But again, I think that is a hell of a price tag that goes with it. Yeah, I think we'll stick with the little Massey drum. As nice as that would be. When we win the lottery, leave the win numbers in the comments, please. This is the topsoil after the drill had been over it. I thought it was very tidy.
See, you really do need it.
This looks like one of the bloody cleanest old Fords I've ever seen. This has definitely had a lot of sessions of degreaser. So I don't think I've ever seen one this clean. Cab starty as well. A high ground clearance in your tank as well.
I'm surprised you ain't put yourself on Facebook saying, oh look, I'm here today. No, him. That's him, Ralphie. I'm quite surprised you ain't put yourself up there.
All I did was a fertiliser spread.
It's interesting to see this one reversible.
Yeah.
Just a shame it's a Ford, isn't it? 1455 stuck together.
Might as well use it for tool storage.
Danny.
No, no,
I'm looking at it, it is. Yeah, it is.
Hopefully next year we get a little bit more in depth on the new Methane tractor. Hopefully that's going to make the shockwaves that I hope it does, and hopefully soon we'll be seeing that HD cab coming down onto the smaller models. So thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And feel free to leave any questions in the comments and we'll catch up with you soon. Thank you.